Okay. Another live stream. We're going to be running our Skyrim Illusion build. Oh, shit. What up? What up? What up? What up? We're just starting things up here. All right, we're running our Skyrim Illusion Conjuration only build. We're playing Skyrim with a bunch of mods, mostly immersion mods, but we have mods that add in things like enchantments, spells, weapons, and a lot of like lore-based stuff. So if you're into Skyrim and you're into those types of things, welcome. I think this is about our 4th episode. So when we left off, we were just getting the books. We're in the Winterhold quest line. We used alternate start to start up, and we are now at the point we have to return the books to the Archmage or the librarian dude. And again, so for this build, we're using Illusion and Conjuration only. I do have a combat mod on, a semi-combat mod, so that's why my character moves like this. We have a role that we already have equipped in there. And we got our follower here. He's a monk. Just for a quick rundown. If you're interested in knowing any of the mods that I'm using for the playthrough, you can check them out on my Twitch About page. There's a specific page that has a Skyrim banner, and then it has all the mods that I mostly use. Let me just adjust this a little bit. All right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is Skyrim. Shout out to the YouTube chat. We are multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, so. But I do have all chats up, so just give me a little bit if you say something. Just know we're working on multiple things here, so you got to give me a second or two. All right, so let's see. Hope everybody's having a nice Sunday. Just getting started here, so give me a second before we really dive into things. If you have any questions about any mods, feel free to shoot them. And if you have any questions about general content creation stuff, feel free to ask those as well. What up, bro? Shout out Alpaca Llamas in the TikTok chat. Just getting Sound Stripe activated here for a little ambiance. A little bit of ambiance. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, so when we last left off, we needed to get these books or whatever and take them back to the College of Winterhold, which is the quest line that we're starting with. Umbra said, nice, I play Skyrim. I have Lord LOTD Cathedral. Oh, it's a mod. LOTD Cathedral Weather and Season Kyrian armor, Imperial Dragonite armor, and other stuff. Nice, nice. Yeah, the main I use like one encompassing mod pack for my graphics. It's the 12 years of Skyrim graphics mod. Really, it's called the 11 years, but it's been 12 or 13 years now, so I don't know which name to call it by. I originally downloaded the 11 years, and when you download the mod pack, it'll say 11 years, but when you search it up, you'll be looking for 12 or 13. I think it's 13 now. All right. So we're going to be taking this. This is pretty much what I do with this is I pretty much make Skyrim builds live, and then I'll edit this down into a YouTube video. So that's essentially what we got going on here. And we're still at the beginning of things. What level are we? I haven't even been looking. We're level 6. We have Percus Maximus, so our perks are more extensive than vanilla Skyrim. And again, we're using Illusion and Conjuration only. I will use Destruction if it's in the form of a staff. And then I'm only using this Tonto blade for the most part in case for when I enchant it with something like to up my Magicka or regain Magicka back or something like that. Thank you for sharing the live, bro. Oh, Legacy of the Dragonborn. Okay. Tight, tight. All right, yeah, so let's get to it. Return the books. So we're heading back to the College of Winterhold. Again, we just got the books. We're at the early stages of the quest line. We haven't fought a Kano or anything like that. We just discovered the Eye of Magnus. So again, very much at the early stage of things. Hey, thank you for liking the live, Draculas. Much love to you, bro. Much love to you. I appreciate that so much. Tapping that screen helps the live spread, helps get more eyes on it. But yeah, I've been playing Skyrim since it dropped. Like back in the day, me, my homie Juan-san, and my homie Goonie. It's funny because his Xbox name was Goonie before people used like that as a different term. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the boy Juan-san and Goonie. When Skyrim first dropped years ago, we were still in high school, I believe, but we like had a LAN party and we all brought our TVs and our Xbox 360s and we used to play it. And then like that was my first experience with like modding a game. And I went and got a flash. That way I could get all the DLCs online for free. Like I downloaded them and then I had them on a USB flash drive. Like, cause there was JTagged Xboxes and then there was flashed. So like you could flash your Xbox to change your gamer tag, but then you could also like you could flash it for minor modding and stuff like that. And so like with MW2 we would flash our USBs and change our gamer tag. But then there were people that had like actual JTags that were running mods and like lobbies and whatnot. But the point of that story is like I've been playing Skyrim for years since it dropped, and I just haven't been able to put it down since. Like it's like my favorite game of all time. And I understand it has its pitfalls and stuff like that, but for some reason it's just like it was my like I played Final Fantasy on Game Boy and stuff, but it was my first real RPG, and I just felt like it was a crazy open world. I felt like it was a whole universe. And then after I got a PC and started streaming, it was like I finally got to play with mods and stuff. And man, I don't know. I can't even describe my love for Skyrim. The only game that came close to being as good for me as Skyrim is probably Baldur's Gate 3, which I've never played. I played one game of D&D when I was like 15 with some neighbors, but like I've always been into all of that stuff.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
I'm not gonna lie, it's annoying me that he's in the dark, so I'm gonna let him walk over here in the light. Now again, that's the only thing that these graphics mods, I've mentioned it before, like these graphics mods are nice, but dark corners are dark, you know what I mean? That's why like right now already, as soon as we load it up, I have candlelight in my hand. And it's a shame because like, you know, with this cinematic cameras and stuff like that, there's some nice angles of these NPCs and whatnot. And like the dark corners and stuff really take away. All right, let's see. Here are the books that went missing.
Well, and you seem to be in one piece. Thank you.
One Piece? He said it. He said the thing.
If I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toby.
All right, bro. Thanks for stopping by.
And here, I suppose you've earned these.
Knight of Tears removed. Last King of Aylids removed. Okay, Fragment. What did he give me, though? Oh, Racial Filial. Oh, those are books, I guess. Let me turn down this music a little bit so you guys can hear the dialogue better. Okay. That's as low as sound stripe goes, so I'll just turn up Skyrim, I guess. That's funny. That's the Soundstripe Twitch extension for you. Oh, he's just giving me a boatload of books, bro. Like, nobody asked for that.
Well, I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you go through me.
Oh, please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
All right, so now that we got the books, I'm guessing we have to go back to Tolfdir. Yeah. But we have the improved Winterhold mod, which adds in all these extra things that give you XP. I went over that last stream, though.
Oh, no, not really.
Also, as we go through the playthrough, of course, I'll tell you guys what mods I'm using and break things down as I like come to interact with them.
Oh, yes, thank you. I will.
Where are the stairs? I'm like, geez, I'm lost in here. I think watching them, pretty sure watching them levels up your skills. But maybe I already did it, so I can't do it again. I'm not sure.
Good to see you. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
This is Skyrim. On PC with heavily modded Skyrim, so Skyrim Special Edition. Thank you for joining the chat, Luna.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll be sure and stop by the Arcanium later. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Ayliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I'd felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work.
There he is.
We'll have more information soon.
My worst enemy.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this.
Hey, what up, Boost?
When we can avoid
It's Illusion and Conjure.
I
I'm
need
only
to
using
stop
Illusion and
reading.
Conjuration spells.
Let's go.
Shout out to Boost. In the Twitch chat here. What's crazy is what's crazy is like my OBS like app doesn't even have me logged in. Just crazy work. I guess it's been like 30 days since I last did the 30-day thing. Thalmor the ops for real. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. 120%. I'm just giving the homie a little shout out here. I'm going to get right back into the game. I just have to log into this real quick. It's crazy work. There we go. Okay, now. Sorry about that. Got to make sure I show love. But yeah, the Thalmor are the ops. I made a post the other day. I was talking about how I haven't found a single Thalmor or High Elf that doesn't talk to you all disrespectful. It's crazy for real.
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sigil Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you specifically.
They do, bro.
So we're going to go.
They be trying to talk down on you and invade people's lands.
What it is he wants.
I think my favorite race. I think my favorite race in all of Elder Scrolls. I got two, right? Oh damn! All right, so I'm gonna do top three. I'm gonna do my top three races in Elder Scrolls is in no particular order. Is Redguard if I'm making it and it's supposed to be me as the character. Dark Elf if I'm trying to do like a high DPS character or like my badass character. And then I'll do Orc if I'm focusing on melee weapons. Those are my top three races in Skyrim. Fight me about it. I'm telling you. Redguard, Dark Elf, Orc. And Redguard is super biased. It's just because I'm black. Okay, so yeah, I don't like him, so I'm gonna give him attitude every single time I speak to him.
Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Aldmeri Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
See, bro? See? Now, what did he get out of calling our research meaningless? Nothing, and then he walks away like that. That's the type of shit that makes me want to quick save, bro. Like, you don't know who I am, bro. I am the Dragonborn.
You are going to speak to this monk.
Like, the show is called Naruto, not on Kano.
From college grounds.
What is he telling me to do? I don't be listening, bro. I'll be yapping. I've played this game so many times. Orcs are great because they have that guttural sound when you shout. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that. It's funny, sometime last year I was planning on doing a series on YouTube, right? And I was gonna play all of Skyrim in character. And so like I have a background in media and audio production, so like I did the voice and everything, and I altered the voice to sound like an orc and all that. But then I was like, yo, this isn't gonna catch on. So like I kind of put that project on the shelf. But it was just funny. Like I was trying to do an orc voice and edit it and whatnot. Like, but I went through like hours of playthrough before I decided to scrap it, edit it and everything. Okay, so now, again, College of Winterhold quest line to start us out. Because we're doing the Illusion Conjuration build, I figured what better way to start this character than to start with the College of Winterhold quest line. And plus, it's a quest line that everybody that loves Skyrim, we all end up playing this quest line. And it's like, you know, at this point, I've done so many vampire builds specifically that it's like, I haven't done this quest line in a while, so. Yeah, I might start it back up. We'll see. I don't know. I might even have to hit up, it's like, you know, there's not enough funds coming in from the content for certain tasks. But it would have to be like a labor of love. But I know a couple of voice actors because of being in the media production industry. So like, I'm like, I could probably get a dude to do the lines and write the script. It's like such a fucking huge project though. Because, you know, I have to know every quest I'm walking into and it's all planned. Because there's like modded quest lines. So essentially the backstory behind it is like the orc character I made, he was a Vigilant of Stendar, right? Because of the alternate start mods and all the mods I have related to Vigilance, I was doing those specific quest lines and being a Vigilant as that orc. And so it was really fun. And then I would just do the voice acting as the orc for all of the videos. It was just so much work that I had to put it on the back burner, but I definitely revisit that.
It is good to meet you in person.
Oh yeah, so we have a Sigil Order member here at the college investigating some things, and Ankano was being rude. The high elf was being rude because he's like, why is this dude here? Hey, shout out to that boy for the follow. Big ups on you, bro. I appreciate that. Much love, brother. Much love. My favorite DLC, I would probably say that was asked by Somtom. My favorite DLC is probably Dawnguard. Easily it's Dawnguard. That was the first one that I ended up downloading and like really completing. But Dawnguard, I love vampires. I used to love vampires when I was younger and whatnot. Shout out to Boost for the follow. Big ups, bro. But Dawnguard was definitely my favorite DLC. Second to that, it's like Dragonborn DLC has more content, but I like the Heart. What is it called? I don't want to say Hearthstone. That's the WoW card game that I'll be playing. It's whatever the other DLC is that lets you get the Lakeview Manor house, because that one was dope. Because then you could like customize the Hearthfire. Yeah. So I'd say Dawnguard, Hearthfire, then Dragonborn, because Dragonborn's like what you would expect from a DLC from this. Dawnguard was a whole nice additional story, and then Hearthfire is more quality of life stuff. Then it depends if you count Anniversary Edition stuff, because that's when they added content, the creator content, whatever the heck it is, with all the extra mods and stuff. But which at that point didn't matter to me because I had PC. Now then,
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it.
My favorite thing about doing this is like, with all these extra mods adding in things, it's like, the
longer it remains here,
I love seeing how some of these quest lines would go if I had some of these extra abilities than the standard ones. Because like I've forgotten magic and apocalypse spells, right? So that adds in a whole lot of like, imagine getting 100 extra spells that do a variety of things, and they're spells that span all of the different schools of magic. Now imagine you played the Dark Brotherhood quest line. Some of those quest lines in Thieves Guild quest lines. So some of them are really engaging and really fun. And you know, there's multiple ways to do some of these quests. Now I'm like, damn. First off, what it would be like if I was doing these illusion only, right? And then also it's like, okay, illusion only, conjuration only, passive spells only, no destruction spells. But I'm also getting these extra spells that do actual damage or have actual effects. For example, like, yes, we're doing illusion only. Question is, how are we going to do damage? First off, we're using conjuration also. Okay. But then one of the mods, like apocalypse spells, adds in this illusion spell that makes the target get fire on them. That does like 35% damage. And then after 15 seconds, they get their health back. So it's like you made them think they're on fire, and then it wasn't there, so they get their health back. So in that situation, it's fun to kind of like conquer some of these quests only using that. Or if it's like, let's say we're in a room and we're doing a Dark Brotherhood thing, and we have to use Fury to get our attack off. Well, there's nobody else around, you know what I mean? So that's where the extra illusion spells come in, because it's like, how are we going to navigate this?
I'd simply like to talk. I've given us a chance to speak. The situation here.
We have to go back through this dialogue.
The energy. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation is.
Talking about the Eye of Magnus orb thing.
So I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
If this is dangerous, then why don't you do something about it? What does this have to do with me?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene.
Shout out Boost, man.
Events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that
it is funny that like he's part of like one of the largest mage guilds ever, and everybody needs your help, you know.
My order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
So why should I trust you or your order? When I play a lot of fantasy games, right, and I always think to myself, I try to pick the dialogue options that I would actually pick, but 90% of the time, like the thing that I would do is not even there, bro. And I like how we all like to think of ourselves as the hero, but we all also like to think that if we're in like a scary movie situation or some type of situation like that, we'd be like, yo, I'm gonna mind my business. Or I ain't, please, bro, I barely know you. So if you were really put in this situation, you know what I mean? I think a lot about like in movie scenes and games where like there's a guy that's making it seem like it's very important and you trust him, you do what he says, and then he turns out to be the villain. I've realized my problem is anybody that comes up to me with a quest, I'm going to be like, this person might be lying. So I feel like I ended up in a lot of analysis paralysis and not help people. And I'd miss out on getting some cool powers or something. Like if I was Spider-Man and I got bit, I'd have went to the hospital, bro. Because this is reality. And then maybe they would have taken my powers away. Maybe the powers really existed, but I would have lost my shit, bro.
I presume you refer to Ancano's distaste for the Sijic Order. The Tholmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to.
Hey, appreciate you.
I assure you that we mean you no harm.
Best game of all time.
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
So I think what we're going to do is we'll go through the Winterhold quest line. We'll ease our way in whatever order makes sense to do the other quest lines. But what's on my mind right now is I'm thinking about all the modded quest lines and the side quests, because that's really where the heart of Skyrim is, right? And I'd love to get to that stuff, but I also want to hit all the main highlight stuff with this build. So we'll see how it plays out. But first, of course, we have to at least finish this one. I need to stop yapping. Yeah, all right. So like, if somebody's asking you to like, if somebody was asking you like this giant orb, we need you to fix this. I'll help, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, what do you expect from me then? I'm not gonna be a dick, you know what I mean? I'll help you, bro, but I don't exactly know what to do. I'm new to this town. I got arrested, and here I am. I'm just trying to go to school for magic. What do you need me to do?
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you.
Yeah, I'll run this for at least an hour or two, probably maybe more depending. I'm still trying to play COD later.
I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augar of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Skyrim's definitely the GOAT. And so this is why I love like streaming Skyrim. It's like I love that we have like our community and everybody that loves Skyrim. And it's like, you know, I've been here since day one with Skyrim. But the best thing is, it's like with games like Baldur's Gate 3, I have 500 hours in Act 1. So like a lot of times I'm hesitant to do fun choices because I haven't even gotten to do true playthroughs of what I would pick. You know what I mean? Just me naturally. So it's hard doing an all evil playthrough when I've never gotten out of Act 1 because I make so many new characters. But since I've never seen the natural gameplay, it's hard for me to do fun options because I also want to do whatever option gets me the best results too. You know what I mean? But with Skyrim, I've played it and beat it so many times that it's like, yeah, we can run this like crazy. So who is the Augar of Dunlane?
He was once a student here at the college.
They're supposed to help us with the Eye of Magnus.
Something different.
Where can I find him?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part.
Facts.
Now, I'm afraid
that's how I feel every day at work.
We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
All right, so we have to find the Augar of Dunlane. I'm pretty sure he's under the college if I remember that correctly. Anytime I see this narc, bro, like anytime I see him, I just get disgusted. As far as overall, like the plan for the channel right now, as far as gameplay and whatnot, my plan is to lock in on this playthrough so I can do my build video at the end of the month once we have enough abilities and skills built up for this character. And other than that, we're mostly going to be streaming Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, I forgot I have a roll. That shit gets me queasy, bro. Like, he does this roll because of this mod. And then, so when I'm in first person and I do that shit, it actually, like, makes you twirl. Where the sneak ability, it just makes you, like, boost forward. And it doesn't actually make your perspective roll. But yeah, so for the Baldur's Gate playthrough, I'm going to do a Dark Urge. That's funny. I'm going to do a Dark Urge Oathbreaker. So between this, we'll be doing this and then that. Because I need to beat these games, you know. Skyrim's not a game I need to beat. This is like Skyrim's always going to be being played on the channel and all the pages. But I need to beat Baldur's Gate. All right, so this Augar of Dunlane, I'm pretty sure is under the college. I think I have to go like around the outside if I'm remembering correctly. Were they going to have the conversation that was going to tell me where he is? Because they didn't even give me a marker. And I do not feel like walking around the whole entire college just to find out that's not where he's at. Oh, I probably have to ask the Archmage because he came out of that frozen conversation.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years and then...
Whoa, I just opened up some kind of menu, bro.
I hope we didn't offend him somehow. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
He's Gaming on TikTok said, brother, in Skyrim, High Elves are the 1945 bad guys. Yeah, that's what it feels like, bro. That's definitely what it feels like.
Has Tofdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow...
I'll tell you my perspective on the war, too.
Subject.
So, like, while playing Skyrim, right? The whole, you know, are the Nords the bad guys or are the Stormcloaks the bad guys? Or are the High Elves the bad guys in Skyrim, right? So my perspective, when I first started playing, in my young age, I was like, yo, yeah, the Imperials and the High Elves are the bad guys. The Nords were here first. It's wrong to take somebody's land. As I got older and more educated politically, I was like, yeah, I felt the same way. Yeah, taking people's land is wrong. But now that I'm like approaching 30, approaching 30, I'm like, I understand more of the necessary evils of the world sometimes, you know what I mean? And what it takes to maintain a society. You could disagree with me, that's fine. But I think that the Imperials are just trying to have a unified empire so that they then can gather everybody to fight the High Elves, you know what I mean? If everybody is so independent, it gets harder to do that. It's not impossible, but it gets harder. And some of the places have actually got rid of the High Elves without being one encompassing empire. So it's possible, but the High Elves are only getting stronger, so take that as you will. I just finished up The Last Kingdom, and so like my perspective on when it's necessary to build an empire and when it's not is a little skewed right now. And I'm like, yo, we might need... let's just say I side with the Imperials now more. Like, I don't care about the Stormcloaks being racist. I was still siding with them, but now I'm straight up Imperial. Bro, did he just disappear? Oh my goodness. Oh, he gave us I think he gave us a check mark. Yeah. Yeah. The gods are Breton, the good guys Nord and Imperial. We all share our own opinions on the subject, for sure. But it's nice, and it's like nowadays it's hard to find a game that's like that people find and love as much as Skyrim, I feel like. I mean, I'm bad for that case study because I mostly play this. You know what I mean? I haven't finished a game in years. I finished like Mortal Kombat 1 recently. But we also have to remember that like Bethesda has had years to build up the lore for this game, you know? Much like how Baldur's Gate is based on the D&D world, so there's like years of knowledge of every single race and everybody's history that's already been built up. Like that's how I feel. That's how I feel about Starfield. I'm about to do a video on YouTube about this, right? Like Starfield as a game wasn't the greatest. It feels very empty and there's a lot to be done. But one day I was thinking to myself and I was like, well, we're all mad it feels unfinished, but at the end of the day, it's a new IP. And I feel like something that's overlooked is like, you know, we have Fallout and all the lore that goes with that. And Starfield compared to Elder Scrolls or Fallout feels incomplete and less than because Starfield's the new IP. Starfield wasn't made to make Starfield great. I'm thinking Starfield was made so that Starfield 2, 3, and 4 can exist. It had to start somewhere. So we just got to be patient and wait for all that to come. Nonetheless, I mean, it still has its fucking problems, though. It still has its problems, for sure. Yeah, Skyrim is, and it's so funny. Hey, I appreciate you, Marley. Yeah, I think I've been growing my dreads for like, I think I started in 2019. 2018 I started. Yeah, something like that. Actually, it might have been like 2017, whenever I moved from Vegas. I forget. Bro, it's genuinely, Starfield's a good game. I don't even like space games, but, you know, I'm a Bethesda fan when it comes to these types of games. But, like, I liked it at first, and then I didn't. I got bored, and then I started liking it again. It's definitely more of like once you leave it and go back, you can appreciate it some more. I started playing it as if it was Skyrim. It's hard, and also one of the reasons why I didn't, like, I started Fallout 4, like, last year. My first Fallout game, and, like, that was hard for me to get into because I realized I love Skyrim more so, not because of its open worldness, but because I like fantasy and medieval stuff. That's the truth of it. And it was hard for me to get completely into Fallout because it's like an FPS game. But I'm also into prepper and survivalist stuff. So that's why Fallout really enamored me. And also I'm like super paranoid about nuclear war. Like, that's a literal fact. That's another thing I spend my time researching, like survivability of that and just, you know, prepping for all emergencies. So Fallout lets me indulge in that side of my personality. Now Starfield, it's kind of hard to tap into that because this is a future space game. But when I started playing it as if it was Skyrim, I had more fun. The biggest problem to me with Starfield is the fact that they don't have enough weapons. And they really flopped when it came to the weapon customization and all of that. Because, like, when you have a game like Skyrim, mods or not, you have so much variety and all the different skins that they added to the weapons, even if it's essentially the same thing. The enchantments and the skins make the weapon count larger. Now with Starfield, it's pretty much like 10 weapons and they're all the same. They really fumbled oh my goodness, I think I just made a mistake. They really fumbled when it came to that. If they fixed that and, like, gave us more variety with the armors and things like that, there's some special armors, but they just didn't do enough with that. A lot of it is just copy and paste over and over again. And that makes me sad because it really could have been like a really good space game. I almost liked it, but the lack of weapons killed it for me. Okay, so the Augar dude that's supposed to help us with the Eye of Magnus should be somewhere under here. There's so many. If you saw my locker, it's got over 300 different variations of weapons. Block 50 left side. But, like, and it's like there's a lot of weapons and there's variations of them, especially modified. Like, all right, so look, we have Grendel, modified Grendel, and then the way the attribute system works. But they all look the same, really. Like, I understand they do look different when you have, like, certain ones with this or that, but, like, I don't know. They're not different enough. I'm gonna just say that. They're, like, because, all right, so there's a lot of weapons because of the variations of the base weapons. There's not enough different base weapons, I guess I should say. The variations make up for it, but the base weapons itself, there's not enough, I guess. Hello, Skyrim fans. I bring entertainment. What up, bro? Yo. Who's down there, bro? All right, look. We're about to get into some combat, I think. All right, so how do we want to work this? I have a staff of zombies, mage light. We don't need to favorite mage light anymore because we found the candlelight spell at the end of last stream, thankfully. So we can get rid of that and make some money off of it. Wait, why do I have 2 staffs of mage light? That's crazy work. We need to get a raised dead spell soon too, so I don't have to carry around that staff. That'd be nice. I'm about to just get rid of it early. I'm about to die, bro. I need to think about... Oh, wait, no, that's my follower, bro. I was about to go down there and disrespect him. I think there's an easier way to get down there. I don't even know how he did that. I'm about to just... Oh, yeah, this is Skyrim. I can just, like, ease my way down. Yeah. Other games, it's like the mountains are mountains and you're beat. Take a wrong... Like, I've been playing Elden Ring a little bit lately. Take a wrong step and you're on the ground, brother. Yeah, yeah, they do add the special abilities. But, you know, I mean, that's my point, though, because also, like... I don't compare games too much because games you should allow games made by the same people to be different, but you know, I don't think special abilities is a good excuse to make up for the lack of weapons in Starfield because I mean Skyrim, also has special abilities. Essentially, star powers are just shouts. You know, star power shouts. Throwable objects are essentially spells. You know, and then your firearms are your swords. But I don't know. I guess you could almost say the same thing for Skyrim. Maybe I'm just coping because essentially it's, you know, sword, great sword, dagger, blah, blah, blah. But then you have elven, orcish, blah, blah, blah. But then you also have the unique ones. So I don't know. It just feels like more in this game. What am I on about, bro? Where is this hole? Am I tweaking? Am I stupid? Oh, wait. I think I went about this all wrong. Yeah, one type of weapon and armor per race, yeah. And there's 10 races. So that's 10 there. But then you also have the stuff that you find on different, from different, not sub-races, but I guess that's a kind of a thing. Like, you have the farmer armor and stuff. You have Draugr armor. And then you have the unique ones in all of those. And then just outright unique stuff. I think we're supposed to go down there. But I think I was just down there. But maybe I'm tweaking. I'm going to try this again. I'm yapping too much. We got to find this guy. The problem with having like 300 mods and stuff, though, is like, I don't even... Sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, I don't know if that's from a mod or if that's always there. I think this is the fallen city of Winterhold after the troubles. Yeah, that shit's pretty cool. I haven't gotten to that point. I think I'm like at the 70% mark in Starfield. Just because I'll be playing everything else. But that is cool. I've seen some of the alternate endings and whatnot that you get from loading up New Game Plus. Guys, I think I'm tweaking. I'm going to start this from scratch. I'm going to start from the town and go back down. Hey, what up, 3 Raccoons? Thank you for the hydrate. Big ups to you. Big shout out to 3 Raccoons. I might have missed that. I might be late. Big up to 3 Raccoons, man. On TikTok and Twitch. In Skyrim, I got stuck on the Bruce Hamar mod on the space station. In Skyrim? What, I'm guessing that mod adds a space station to Skyrim? That's crazy. I remember when Starfield first dropped, I was looking at mods. And I saw they added, like, I'm stupid. Has it been here the whole time? Like, the basement?
You know.
But, I was looking at mods, but you haven't played mods. A must-play is The Lost City. It won, like, 5... Okay.
Yes.
What am I... Oh, I have to talk to him then. I was already trying to find the guy, and I'm pretty sure I was supposed to just keep talking to people.
You give an old man hope.
But yeah, when Starfield came out, I saw they added like the constellation, the Eye, in Skyrim, which was funny. When Starfield was first like announced, I was like, yo, and they're gonna have mad planets in like, I was like, could you imagine the mods that people are gonna add in? There's probably gonna be an entire planet that's just Skyrim. They've done some cool things with mods. Like the mods have definitely made it better. I did a video a couple months back on like an update for Starfield, like showing people some of the mods that were added, and they do add some good stuff, and it's nice that it's like right there. Are you using community shaders or some E&B? I think it would classify as an E&B. Sorry, Marley, if I'm late. But the overall, I use one graphics mod. It's a mod pack. It's 11 years of Skyrim. It's PC. You would need Wabbajack to install it, but it's an all-encompassing, and it's great. Not playing a Khajiit Thief, unrealistic, crazy, bro. Redguard joke would have been better. Have you ever heard of the Augar of Dunlane?
There's a name I haven't heard in some time.
A lost dwarven city with time traveling over and over, like Groundhog Day. Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of references to that movie, and I'm a little bit of a film buff because I used to do videography. But I haven't actually watched Groundhog Day, surprisingly. Then I also did the Infinity Stones Gauntlet mod. See, like those mods and stuff are dope, and it definitely opens up the world to like different experiences. Most of the mods I pick are adding to lore.
Underneath the college, it's not the
and immersion.
place, So if you
I fought Thanos and Doctor Strange. That's crazy. And that's in Skyrim or Starfield? Okay, so he told us we're
All right then.
yo, shout out to Alpaca. Let me give a shout out on Twitch to Alpaca. We got another hydrate here. So he told us where the midden was, which is underneath Winterhold. And that's where the Augar of Dunlane is. I hope I be typing people's username. I have to type my own shoutouts. So if I spell something wrong, let me know ASAP and I'll type it again. Okay, in Skyrim. Then I got the Death Note mod. Death Note mod in Skyrim sounds crazy, bro. That's insane. What up, Mochachono? I see you in there. Since I got a couple of the boys in here, we got, I don't know if Boost is still on Twitch and Alpaca's still in the Twitch chat either, but, and then Mochachono's in the TikTok chat. I'm thinking about playing some COD around 2 or 3. So if anybody wants to play Black Ops 6, update your shit. Boyos. Alright, so now I feel like we've talked to everybody. We should be able to just go to the place now.
You're making people a bit nervous. Should consider putting that weapon away.
Bro, I'll make you nervous. Come on. I'll make you real nervous. That ain't nothing. So, like, the main mods I used to play on Skyrim, like, my preference for the first, like, year of me streaming was just the better vampires mods. And I was trying to, and I did a couple of videos, like, talking about the ultimate vampire builds and stuff. And I'll eventually do another vampire playthrough and beat the whole game as that. And, like, I start as a vampire. And then I have better vampires, which adds in a whole bunch of new vampire spells, feeding quota, and all that. Jeez Louise. See, this is what I'm talking about. Feeding quotas and all that in order to level up. So I thought I saw a red dot like an enemy. So I definitely want to get back and do that again. But I did it so many times at the start of my content creation career that we need to take a break from vampire builds. But the one part of the mod I didn't get to, because Better Vampires is like multiple mods, right? Better Vampires, the base, Better Vampires weapons, armors, NPCs, which adds in more vampire NPCs. And then you have Vampire Lords, which fixes up that. And then you have Better Vampires Coldhaven, which is the hidden vampire city. I never ended up making it to Coldhaven before I started a new playthrough. So now we're under Winterhold trying to find the Augar of Dunlane, who apparently used to go to the college, but he's going to give us the knowledge we need on getting rid or doing what we need to do with the Eye of Magnus. Winterhold Ruins requires key. See, this is that shit. I bet we missed something. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't want to turn this into just like a melee fight, but I don't think we have anything else. I need to reassess what I'm doing here. Because the only problem with me restricting myself to only this Tonto dagger is I'll end up just fighting with it instead of using my bound swords. But the only reason I want to use the dagger is so I don't miss out on the enchantment mods, you know what I mean? But I mean, it'd be a good excuse to mostly focus on armor enchantments and things like that instead. So there's that. Maybe I'll do that instead and just take that L. Because I would be wanting to showcase all the mods I have installed during a playthrough. Okay, maybe we can go in through this way. Yeah, baby. The mid and dark. Here we are. Becoming a Lich Lord sounds cool. Heck yeah. All right, the Augar should be through here.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments.
Okay.
Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Bet. It's like looking in the eye of God. Is my shit bugging? Let me walk away and come back. Do I need to walk in you? I'm inside of you, brother. I think my shit's bugging out because I have that camera mod on that like does this. Like, look, if I talk to him,
You've stopped.
so I think it's making it bug out because it doesn't know how to zoom in on him. Oh wait, no, it was just bugging out.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
I was told to find you, and what is it that I'm seeking? What is it I'm seeking?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge.
Oh, I forgot something. I forgot we're worshiping a deity, so we need to pray.
Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter.
Since we have the
knowledge. You will
Winter
not
Sun Fates of
find
Skyrim mod, we also need to pray to Sirabane. That's the one we chose. But you can worship any of the deities throughout the Elder Scrolls lore.
it. It shall lead to his
Ours helps us find more spells,
has so
and we just have to learn spells to gain favor, which is perfect for the playthrough. I'm not the first one to come see you?
No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Unkano has sought my knowledge as well.
The Snitch High Elf.
Very different questions. Your path differs from most.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Connor.
Guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need.
Big ups to Connor for the follow. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. We're doing Illusion Conjuration Only build. At the end of the month, I'll actually do a YouTube build video to show all the spells that we used. It is including modded spells, so not just vanilla spells with mod suggestions and all that. Since we got some different people in here, if anybody's interested in the mods that I use, if you go on my Twitch page in the About, there's a section that just says Skyrim. It's a whole panel. You can see it easily. It has all of my favorite mods, not every mod I use, but all the ones that are important, like weapons, armor, immersion, NPCs added in, and spells and all that. And graphics.
You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware.
Gorm Games. I'm Gorm Games everywhere, on every platform.
See through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff.
And it should be easy enough to screenshot if you go there on mobile.
Towards the inevitable center. So you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
All right, so obviously Onkano can't be trusted. We're gonna go discuss this with the Archmage. We're either playing this quest right now where it's a whole lot of yapping, but we'll get to some combat eventually. It just is what it is. Can I fast travel from here, I wonder? Probably not. It probably counts as indoors. I don't know, because yeah, we did walk through a door. Is it a dungeon technically? We came from this way. I'm gonna go deeper in case there's something that I've never seen before, or maybe a mod has added something in. So that's where he was. I'm gonna go through. Wait, or was this where he was? I may have gotten turned around. I get lost easily. Salt pile, troll skull, alchemy lab. Oh, there's some floating shit. Nice. Yeah, I'll take that. See, this is why you gotta look around everywhere. You know, you never know what you'll find. Oh, boy's about to fight an enemy. Nothing here that we specifically need to strategically use. We're just gonna disrespect them. Jeez Louise, all the bones. What are we playing on? Because it gets a little too easy sometimes. I'm gonna up it. Oh my goodness, we're on expert. See, look, I upped it to master, and we're gonna turn it back down to expert when we find the right enemy. Trust me. Trust me. My minimum is expert though, but I thought I was on adept. Sometimes I'll play on adept if I don't feel like having. Oh my goodness, if I don't feel like I just tripped on some bones and almost ended myself. If I don't feel like having too difficult of a time, I'll play on adept. A little bit of challenge expert, but sometimes it's like too easy. Oh yeah, before I forget, we need to pray to gain. Oh look. See, this is what I was talking about when I was saying there's probably something down here we've missed. Don't know if it was added by a mod. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So let's go ahead and save over that one, and then we'll pray to our savior. So again, with the Wintersun Faiths of Skyrim mod, you get to worship different deities. They have rules that you can't break and rules that you have to follow in order to gain favor. As you saw in the upper corner, we have 72% favor. When that maxes out, we get a new ability from whatever deity you choose. And then if you don't pray or you start breaking tenets, that number will decrease. I think I have it so that like they can't leave us, but normally they would be able to leave you. I think this is a Daedric artifact. I don't think I've actually ever completed this one. I'm sure there's people in the chat that know about it, but I don't think I've ever actually finished that one to figure out what that is. A lot of the completions that I have in Skyrim are just off of vanilla Skyrim and like, you know, the DLCs and stuff. But it's always it's not a lot of side quest content. Just from like, you know, when I first played it, it was my first Xbox 360. Then I ended up going to college, selling it, etc., moving. And then I ended up finding my way back to the Xbox version, then found my way to the PC version. So all those saves were gone, obviously. I don't know about that one. I think I saw a short about it one day, but we'll take this alchemy stuff. I don't use alchemy much, but I like to grab all of the alchemy ingredients. And then I think it's satisfying going through and just taking a bite of each one. That way you can get all the attributes at once. And then I also sometimes think about like raising my alchemy and then just making I don't know. It's like an OCD thing without having OCD. I don't know. Maybe I do. But it's I don't know. There's something about having all of the ingredients and not knowing what any of them do and then just taking a bite out of all of them to instantly gain the knowledge for all of them. That's like satisfying to me. Because then I think through the alchemy tree, you'll upgrade it, and then instead of learning one trait per bite, you'll learn like 2 traits per bite per eating ingredients. So I always like fantasize, for lack of a better term, about getting that perk and then having one of every ingredient so I can just learn at least half of their traits all at once. Type of thing. Miraak or Alduin? What's the question about them? Who's more evil, Miraak or Alduin? I would say Miraak. Now, dragons are intelligent, but Alduin's just like a beast. You know what I mean? Miraak is like the previous Dragonborn, so he has more. I would say he knows what he's doing. Alduin is like, in my mind, Alduin is just like a force of nature. You know, it's a never-ending cycle. He's the world eater. He has a purpose, almost like Galactus. You know what I mean? Alduin is like Galactus to me. So he's just a force of nature. He's going to do what he's going to do. Miraak is an individual, the previous Dragonborn with free will, who is deciding to be like that. So I think Miraak's more evil, if that's your question. All right, we have to report to the Archmage. We went there. We got that thing. We found where that Daedric artifact was. We'll have to come back there eventually someday. I do wish Skyrim had like custom markers that you can place. I might even download a mod to do that, because all you have is your one marker, so you can't like put yourself a reminder to go back somewhere. So I think later on today I'll download a mod so I can have custom markers. Are we outside yet, or is this still inside? Still inside. Okay. I'll either download a mod that has custom markers, or I'll download a mod that'll I'm gonna get lost down here. Or I'll download a mod that'll put a marker for all the Daedric artifacts for me. So we can go on a journey like collecting all of those too. I don't think oh yeah, I was going to say we don't have a house. What the heck? Hold on. I've seen this before, but I don't think I've ever actually accessed it either. I was going to say we don't have a house, but we have our room in the College of Winterhold. But we're going to have to get the Falkrith house, Lakeview Manor. It's funny that, like, because Skyrim was my first Elder Scrolls game, and now that Oblivion came out, it's funny just seeing the Oblivion symbol everywhere. I mean, it's literally, quite literally, like the Daedric Oblivion symbol or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not the symbol of the game. The game is the symbol of that. If that makes sense what I'm saying here. It's just a funny perspective when Skyrim was your first one, not Oblivion. It's like when I played Oblivion, it's like the Skyrim logo isn't the Skyrim logo, it's the Imperial logo. So you see the Skyrim logo in Oblivion, but obviously Skyrim didn't come out yet. And it works both ways, you know what I mean? Which must be for... Oh, man, this is a whole entire Daedric thing, bro. But it's not what we're here for, so... We'll have to come back to that. That's crazy work. I have to figure out what's going on with that. And then I'm guessing this is part of it, too. There's got to be some crazy stuff going on down here. Ice Wraith, shit. I think I only put it on master difficulty. I think it's going to be difficult, because they're typically strong. I don't want to hit my boy. I need to make sure he's on invincible mode. And since we have the ultimate follower overhaul, we can actually, one of my first videos on YouTube, I used my mods and I ended up having 15 followers. So I had like mad people trailing behind me. So, you know, we're not oh my goodness, bro. We just leveled up twice and died. At least I just saved. But I ended up having I had an army of like 15 dudes walking behind me. That shit was funny. So in an actual playthrough, you know, I'm not going to have 15. Some of them start to go missing and then they'll come back or whatever. Not like disappearing, like they'll be stuck in certain locations. But like, it'll be funny doing that in an actual playthrough. But not a whole 15. I'd probably, like, imagine me having like 5 dudes with me rolling through like the story traditionally. I'm going to summon a Flame Atronach. And hope that that helps. Oh my goodness. See how much health it just took from me? Bro, see, remember I just said we're going to switch it to master, but I feel like we're going to go back to expert. I'm going to try it again just because I know punk. But we're not going to spend all day trying to fight an Ice Wraith, bro. Wait. I went the wrong way. I ran the wrong way. I got lost in the tunnel. I'm gonna give it one more. If I die this time, we'll just switch to what's it called? We'll switch it back to expert. Hey, big ups to He's Gaming on the 10 GG. Sorry if I missed that. If that was just now or earlier or what. Much obliged. That was a weak blow. All right. Now that I've leveled up and everything's summoned, I'm gonna save here. And now we're gonna go confront the Ice Wraith. I'm sure my Flame Atronach's about to go away, so I'm going to respawn that. And I'm going to turn around. I'm going to back up. I'm going the wrong way again, bro. It's because it's so dark. I can't see. I'm going to let them fight that thing. And I'm going to hope for the best. I'm like, y'all go ahead and do that. That's the fun. That's the fun of using illusions only. I'm going to hit a quick save. Where's he at? Does this ice hurt me? I don't remember. Oh, it does. That's why I keep dying. Fair enough. But that's why they're here. That's why they're here, right? Bro, you better get up. I need a spell to heal my companions. Oh shit, we have to spawn another one. He's coming. Oh, they're fast. They're fast. Oh my goodness, bro. I don't know how much health it was missing. I'm gonna give it one more go. But we're not gonna make it because we're not gonna make it fighting up there because of how he freezes the ground. Okay, the Ice Wraith is his health is down. But I'm gonna get ready to just summon another Flame Atronach. Oh shit. Come on, turn around. We should just lead him down here and fight in the open corridor. I think it's done. Okay, cool. Where's its body? Oh, I got paranoid there. Ice Wraith Essence, Ice Wraith Teeth, and I'll grab these torch bugs real quick. It's probably ain't even like the same way out as the way we came. That's probably why I'm like seeing new beasts. What is this, bro? There's candlelight. Okay, we'll go this way, I guess. Bro, if I was really trapped in a dungeon, I'd probably, like, a dungeon like this, I'd probably yearn myself, bro. I'd be fucking paralyzed with fear. What is this, a dead end? Okay, cool. I'm like, why they got so many bodies in the basement of the college, bro? It's kind of sus. Nothing but bodies and weird monsters. I thought he was about to pull up on me.
For idle conversation, but perhaps you need
Oh
help
yeah,
with
other people live here.
conjuration magic.
This better not be my
Need
room.
something?
No, it's not. Okay. I'm like, why are these people just hanging out in my room, bro?
Hi there.
Is this one my room?
Yes?
No, that's owned by somebody, but the other one didn't say owned. So I feel like somebody was sleeping in my bed. Owned. Owned. Yeah, I feel like somebody was sleeping in my bed. Was that a readable book? Oh, yeah. Cool. I'm 90% sure I caught somebody sleeping in my
Yes.
bed. Look, if I... No, this ain't no way this is my room. The improved College of Winterhold adds tomes and stuff like that, like artifacts and stuff like that hanging around. So to boost your attributes when you inspect certain stuff. You feel much fresher. I don't know what cleaning myself does, but I can take all this. So we're going to take this because that's easy money. We're going to take that stuff. Shit. They ain't using it. This is where my room is, somewhere in here, eh? I thought it was. Hall of Countenance.
What do you need?
What are the other ones? Maybe this isn't my room and I'm thinking of a different room. Are these doors closing behind me? I'm like, who keeps closing these? Oh, wait, there's the Hall of Atonement, Countenance, and what else? No, because the one that has my room has stairs. Oh yeah, I've been playing ESO. I haven't been able to play it lately, and I've been playing ESO Plus. I'm only like 400 champion point, but I was playing that heavy for a little bit. Not since start. I wasn't playing it since start. It was one of my main games for a while. I want to get back to doing builds on there too. I just need to finish up some like regular shit before I go into MMO. I got a huge backlog, so like I just need to lock in on some of my single player games. But I definitely do fuck with ESO. The latest character I made was a Dragon Knight. Right now I'm beating the whole entire story, so then I can do a breakdown video of the lore. And then I'm gonna do that same type of style of video, breakdown of the lore and like the story of the main story, and then each and every dungeon quest. So it makes me play it super slow, but I mostly play ESO as a single player game, just for Elder Scrolls lore and stuff like that. I don't really play it like as an MMO with other people. Mostly because like I'm like,
No one's heard from the physical order.
some of the homies have played it, but
I'm not sure,
I mostly play it alone.
but I assure you I will get to the bottom.
Where is my room, bro? We're in a different hall now. Pretty sure this is the Hall of Attainment. This is my room? Yeah, this is my room. Cool. I need to see what I got. But I definitely want to start playing ESO again, for real. I can't put that in there. We can store one of these in there. I think I was supposed to sell one. We'll put on this eye patch. We'll keep that amulet on us. I think most of the stuff we have, nothing is like keeping it stuff. I think most of the stuff we have right now is sell it stuff. So I have 2 necklaces in here, but I think one of these are supposed to be clothes.
It's too bad.
I just probably didn't have any clothes, real clothes yet. We'll take that. I'll take this lavender. We need to organize what's going to be what. So, wait a minute. Is this my room, bro? Because doesn't my room have a jewelry box? Hey, come over here. And I don't like how these doors close automatically, or if he's closing them behind him. Nobody told him to do that.
Maybe later. I'm sort of busy now.
Jazargo, shut up. Why do I feel as if...
Because you know Cesargo will be better than you.
I feel as if that wasn't... But I guess the stuff didn't say steal, so that has to be my room. Maybe I'm just thinking I did more than I have. All right, so I guess we gotta organize stuff now. Either that or we wait to get a house. So if I were to walk in here, I would be like, okay, clothes, armor, weapons in the middle. And then jewelry can go right next to there. But this is such a lame house. But I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. We got to do it for now. Until we get an actual house, we'll have to make do. I'm just going to offload some stuff. Staff of Mage Light we don't need. Lesser Daedra. We can summon a Daedra already, which I like. And we'll wait. We'll have the summon Daedra, but we'll wait for the zombie thing. Zombie summoning spell. I like that this does magicka damage. That helps when I'm fighting like crazy people. We'll wait for the raised zombie, so we're not gonna carry that staff around. That's our weapon drawer. Here's our armor drawer. I'll make this one our jewelry drawer. So we'll throw this in there. We'll throw one of these in there until I want to sell it or whatever I'm planning. I don't know. Sarthal amulet. We'll throw that in there. Silver ring left. We'll throw that in there until we enchant it. Okay, this one's clothing. Some of this I'm going to sell, but for now we're just doing organization. So I'm just going to dump it all in there. Am I not wearing this? Oh, wait. Hooded worship robes. Magic regenerates 50% faster. But this adds a hood. So we get 75% faster magicka regeneration. But we don't get the 30 plus magicka. So we get 30 plus and 50 if we wear this combo. And I'm going to put those in there. And then we have a mod that we can add double enchantments early. So we'll wait to add on to some of those. Skyrim in 2025. Skyrim every day, every year. For real, for real. So that's clothes. That's weapons. This one can be something else eventually. Maybe. We'll see. And then this one I'm going to use as my alchemy dump for now. I'll take these out of it. And I'm just going to store all of this in there. As you can see, I pick up every single thing until it's time for us to actually boost alchemy. Because when it's time, it'll be nice to have a huge stockpile of ingredients already available. That'll be alchemy. I got to dump these clothes I just picked up. Okay. And then what else do we have? We have food. Oh, wait. No, this one can be, this is a safe. Okay, that one will be jewelry. That makes more sense. That fits the vibe better. I just picked up a bandana. We'll put our jewelry stuff in this one. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, cool. I'm a fan of that. And then maybe I'll throw my food in here. We're not playing on survival mode, so food's not that important. Maybe down the line, we might even switch it to survival if I'm being honest. Eventually. But for now, it's not that deep. And then this was clothing. This bandana I picked up. Okay. And then we have more weapons to throw in here. Just that. Okay. This is empty. I want to throw my potions in here. So we have potions. We have alchemy, potions, clothing, weapons, jewelry. Okay, we have no physical weapons on us because we're going to use our conjuration stuff. And our enchantment focus will have to be on actual wearable items. Let me dump some of this miscellaneous stuff. I have no idea why I have a charcoal stick, but okay. We can sell these at a store, truthfully. Soul gem fragments I'm going to put in there. I don't remember if I ever got around to understanding those. And we'll put ore in there too, in the safe. And all this stuff is sellable, so we'll bring that with us. That'll be a vibe. All right. I always love a nice clean inventory. And again, this was the Hall of Attainment. We have to remember that, or atonement. I forget what it is. Atone.
Yeah,
I wonder if the librarian at Cyrodiil leaves all the cleaning duties to a single apprentice.
I don't know. Some of these NPCs you got to talk to because with the ultimate follower overhaul mod, you can get these people to be followers. But this dude, our monk, I forget which attributes he's good at, so I'm going to double check that. Because I don't want to have two mages.
What can Kodosho do for you?
I think he might be a restoration mage. Winterhold. All right, tell me a story, monk. And so like some of these NPCs will have different attributes, like different qualities to them, like telling stories or things they've been through. Like he tells us parables. Like his one example was like people always think of the Adra and Daedra as bad and good, but really it's chaos versus order. Neither one's good or bad. It's just it's just the dichotomies of the universe. That's one thing that he said that was interesting. So that's a cool thing to look out for. What items do I have on him?
Our things are many.
Adra, Daedra, and then that Tonto. Cool. We have to ask him, so tell me what you're good at. Again, his main attribute is Magicka. He got 175 health, we could tell. One-handed, archery, restoration, alteration are his biggest things, and then he's a Khajiit thief vibe, obviously. So I'd say he's a restoration, alteration mage, even though his one-handed and archery are higher. He's like a middle ground ass mid-monk. He's not quite a mage, not quite a warrior, not quite a thief. He's a monk, quite literally a monk, using one-handed archery, alteration, and restoration. But he's cool. He makes for a good conversation with the stuff that he says. Somebody just tweaked. Nah, bro. I'm not into dudes. I got a whole girlfriend, so sorry for you, I guess, if that's why you're asking. Best of luck to you out there, though. I'd recommend, though, if you're trying to find somebody who is, probably not ask them in the middle of their stream, you know. Probably better ways to find what you're looking for. I think they got an app for that. All right, so we got to go talk to the Archmage, but we also have a level up. Now, thankfully, with Percus Maximus, we're going to up our health because we've been lacking on that. Thankfully, with Percus Maximus, if we up one of our spell-based perks, we'll get a free spell with it. And since we're trying to stack up on illusion spells, I'm going to go ahead and see if there's one here for us to raise. No, we just got Apprentice. We still need Adept, which takes us to 40. So unfortunately, we're not progressed enough in that to vibe out. Conjuration, what do we have going on? Okay, it's being funky with me. Daedra summoning spells may be dual cast to extend their duration. Summon Daedra scale with your level with no upper limit. Without this perk, they cap out at level 5 in Percus Maximus. At sneak mode, activate a humanoid carcass for an option to collect bones and ingredients. Choosing the harvest option will automatically add all harvested items to the target's inventory and forcefully open it. After closing inventory, the body disappears. So, this is a Percus Maximus perk. So we can collect bones and ingredients such as, so that would mean like hearts, bones, skin probably. Whatever you would get from a human that's in the game's inventory stuff, we can grab from any body, which could help for particular quest lines. But I don't see how that's actually helping us because we don't have anything that's like a spell that requires that or anything. But let's see what the spell ad needs because that's like pretty specific. Grants the lesser power Call Undead. Grants the option to access your undead minions' inventories after activating them. Grants the option to release skeletons created with the Bone Mastery series of perks to get back soul gems and bones. So we can use bones and soul gems to summon undead. Call Undead assembles all controlled zombies and skeletons around the user for each bone. Grants the spell Conjure Skeleton. This spell opens up a dialogue window that allows you to select a skeletal minion to summon. With the first rank of Bone Mastery only, skeleton warriors are selectable. The skeleton warrior is a permanent follower-like creature that does not count towards the regular summon limit. It attacks with melee. So that's cool if we were doing like a mostly necromancer build. That'd be a vibe. Bro followed me and said, how about now? Bro said, are you into dudes? I said no. Then he followed me and said, how about now? Big ups on you, bro. You might have just made me switch teams, brother. That's crazy work, bro. But to truthfully answer, no. I don't want to mislead you there. He said, how about now? That's a good joke. That's a fucking good joke. I'll give you that one. That was a good bit. That was a good ass bit, bro. That's my kind of bit. See, look, that's how they get you. That's how they get you, bro. That's how they get you. He said, I'll make him laugh. That'll change his mind. All right, so what do we want to raise here? We could do ultra. I think I'm gonna do enchanting actually, because we're gonna need to max out on some stuff. Enchantments you create are X times stronger, where X is 0.5 enchanting skill. Caps out at 25%, skill level 50. So yeah, we'll just raise our enchanting for now on that one. Oh damn, we should have did restoration. That'd have been the better option because we don't have enough restoration spells, to be honest. It's all right. We'll get it next time around. All right, let's talk to the librarian. Oh wait, no, we're here for the Archmage. Actually, I'm tripping. All right, where is he? Where are you, old man?
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
I have important information for you.
Really? And what might that be?
We need to find the Staff of Magnus, brother. That's a good-ass staff, too. I'm hyped to get it.
I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
It's connected to the orb we found.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with the Augar of Dunlane.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
What up, bro? Thanks for joining the stream from a post. See ya. That's how it be, bro. It's funny as hell because it'll be like user blah 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 joined your live from a post, and then they instantly dip out, bro. It's like, you came here, bro. You came here to leave. You wanted me to see that you popped up just to leave. It's all right though. You'll be back. They always come back. That one just said that blah blah liked the live and then left. I assume they leave because the notification immediately goes away, bro. Oh no, I'm still here, dog. Oh, my bad. My bad, bro. That's hilarious though. Well, now I know how to read that better because I was thinking people were jumping in and just dipping. Probably because I be doing that. That shit's funny, bro. All right, so what should I do next?
Impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite
well
for yourself.
I know I got ADHD because I read your username and it says Chasen Bands Gaming. Hold on, I think I had a clip, so my shit froze. I read bro's username and it says Chasen Bands Gaming, and my brain was like, yeah, let's not read that. It just says cheeseburger.
You've certainly proven yourself.
That shit, it was like, yeah, it says cheeseburger, bro. Cheeseburger Gaming.
This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
All right, so we told him about how we need to get the Staff of Magnus. Yo, what up, Ramino? Also, don't worry, if you ever see my live freeze, it's not actually your connection or my connection. It's just because I clip and OBS likes to do that. So we told him about how we need to get the Staff of Magnus, and he told us to speak to Mirabelle Everveen to follow up on the Staff of Magnus. Again, doing the College of Winterhold questline for anybody new jumping in. We're doing an Illusion Conjuration only build. We have like 300 something mods. If you want my mod list because you're a Skyrim lover, it is on my Twitch page. Everywhere is Gorm Games. It's on the About section. There's a panel that says Skyrim, and it has all the important mods I use, not all of them. And my mods focus on immersion and adding to what's already existing in the game. I don't like do a whole bunch of combat adding things or like I don't add anything that wouldn't be in the Elder Scrolls lore. But I feel like I have one of the best immersion setups ever. And I actually put all my mods in a zip file, so at some point in time I'll make it a mod pack that everybody can just download if they don't feel like going through a bunch of shit and they just want something that's good enough. The graphics mod pack I used is 11 Years of Skyrim. Not made by me. None of the mods are made by me, but not accumulated by me. It's an actual like mod pack somebody else put together. But yeah, so I think if you have the 11 years of Skyrim mod pack plus my immersion mods pack, you'd have a great time.
Mine is not a popular position, but someone needs to keep things running smoothly around here.
Do you know anything about the staff of Magnus, milady?
Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking?
Because I'm the man. Archmage Aaron said you'd mentioned it recently.
I see. Well, yes.
Oh yeah, he gave us a circlet we need to look into.
Though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere.
Hold on. I don't mean to start over this dialogue, but I just can't. I can't stand when I can't see their faces because of this graphics mod. Is she a red guard or is my graphics mod glitchy? That's what I don't know. Sometimes it glitches people's faces, and I'm like, yo, why is she so reddish tan? Pretty sure she's just like, I think the graphics mod pack like woked her. That's not what woke means, but I'll engage in the conversation like that, you know. What's expected of me here? Wait. Oh, who are the Synod?
Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
That is actually super duper interesting to me because it's like the College of Winterhold is the magic authority pretty much in Skyrim, but the Synod is the magic authority under the Imperial rule. So, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's kind of obvious that Skyrim wants to be independent, but I think it's funny because most of the storyline talks about how the College of Winterhold is like very rule-based and they kicked out people that want to be doing necromancy and stuff. But it's funny that even the College of Winterhold is a rebellious sect of magic, but not so much rebellious, but it's like they're their own faction of magic, where the Synod is the actual like imperial center. I didn't know that after all these years, so that's funny. I never clicked that question.
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
All right, so on that note, our next mission is to find the Staff of Magnus, and we'll be going to Mzulft. So I want to thank everybody that joined into the live today. Shout out to all the homies, Alpaca, Boost, 3 Raccoons, all the usual homies. And I want to thank everybody new that joined in and everybody new that followed. I see you. Much love. For now, I'm going to take a break and then play some COD with the boys. I'll probably do that live just on TikTok, though. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube chat. Shout out to everybody on Twitch chat. And shout out to everybody on the TikTok chat. Much love. I'll see you guys next time. You can catch me every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. and sometimes 5 p.m. as a second stream. Much love as always. Be safe out there. Check me out. Gorm Games everywhere. If you are interested in my mods that I use, check me out on Twitch and look at the About section. Adios. I timed that perfectly with the end of the music.
Is in disarray. When books are strewn about here and there, it makes it impossible to determine if a book's been checked out.